Hello everyone, how are you? Happy Sunday! How is my Pisces doing who have a birthday today, February 26th? Happy born day to each and every one of you. Welcome back. This is Meaningful Intuitive Guided Tarot here, coming back to give you, as promised, a birthday gift to you. How? By giving you a 3-part bonus reading in the areas of love, personal, spiritual relationships, or growth, I should say, and then money, job, career, money, finance, okay? The 3 major areas of you guys' life to kind of help you see what might be going on in the next couple of days and maybe even weeks. Even more so, what made this particular birthday reading even more important and exciting for me is because, guys, if you remember, we had a new moon in your sign last week, Monday. What does that mean? That means that the elements or the energy still spiraling from that new moon phase is still in effect, even though it was last Monday, but the energy of that moon is still going on. So you guys will still be in that element and that kind of energy that was coming from that new moon, because I did mention in my overview about the new moon phase that it will span in the next couple of weeks, so up to 6 weeks. So you guys are still very much in the middle of the effects and the energies of that new moon that was in your sign. So this particular reading today for you guys is going to be a little extra special because of that. All right? So with all that being said, I don't want to keep you because this is your day and I want you to go and celebrate. So let us get started, everyone. Before I do, I just want to just emphasize and highlight that in addition to my gift of giving you this 3-part reading, I, as well as you can see, am offering you a virtual cupcake. One here, the green, representing my masculine energies out there, and a yellow for my feminine energies. I apologize, ladies, I didn't have a pink candle. I like the pink for the feminine, but it doesn't matter, right? It's just the thought behind it. So I have the yellow for you guys today. But nonetheless, these are 2 cupcakes for each and one of you that have a birthday celebration going on for today. So this is my gift for you as well. Let's see, put it over here. All right, so without further ado, let us get into the first part of your bonus reading. And we're going to start off with the personal and spiritual growth development. We're going to see what is happening there in that area of your life, okay? Now, always write down a side note in terms of what is the highlighted energy and what was the message that I got when I pulled your cards behind this area. And the message here in this area, personal and spiritual, is you have worked on your willpower to become the best version of yourself, being the best of the best, leading you toward greatness and abundance. So that was the overall message that I got behind this area of your life. And to start off your reading, I pulled out, or I shuffled and got the first card that is kind of going to spearhead. This is like an overall energy that has influenced the rest of your reading moving ahead. And the card that came out was a major arcana card of the Chariot. What a beautiful energy to start off with, because in fact it is a major arcana, which is a major energy. And the major energy in the overall message behind the Chariot is forward movement, no looking back, not being unsure, not having any doubt. You are full charging ahead, right? So you are definitely moving. So it means, like it says, willpower, victory, and recognition, right? And even if it's not recognition among other people, recognition should always be stimulated from within ourselves. So that means that at times we should go ahead, give ourselves a pat on the back for the accomplishments, for the improvements that we are making to ourselves from inside, and then the work that we put in from inside, it will exude to the outside so that other people can recognize it, right? But it's all about willpower. So let's get right into the chunk of your tarot spread. So the first card that came out for you guys was the Two of Pentacles. And along with that, we got the Nine of Pentacles. So what does the Two of Pentacles represent? It means that you guys have finally found balance. And I would also say, thinking about the overall message and the vibe from the new moon from last week, Monday, it was all about new beginnings. It was about, what else was it about? It was about new beginnings. But also it was about a time for meditation, contemplation. So you can say that you guys are still perhaps in that energy of contemplating, but it's for your benefit because you are moving ahead. You have had the time from since that energy of the new moon in your sign to really contemplate things, to contemplate where you want to go, what it is that you want to do, how it is that you want to where is your heart taking you? Where is it leading you? You have gone inside yourself to think about all kinds of ways to become, as I mentioned, a better version of yourself now and into the future. And so the Two of Pentacles speaks upon that because it's about balance. Maybe some of you guys didn't have the balance that you needed in terms of your internal personal growth. But now with the Two of Pentacles popping up here, along with the Nine of Pentacles, it shows that you guys are on your way to getting the balance you need, to getting that stability you need within your life. And I always say, once you can tap in and work on your inner self to become a better version of yourself, you can better understand your spiritual purpose, because we all have one, right? But I think it always starts from within and knowing what it is personally, what we need to work on. And once we are clear and we have that willpower, then we can definitely kind of see our purpose moving ahead and what our destiny is, right? So that's what I got from that. And to clarify those energies, we have here the Seven of Cups with the World card. So the Seven of Cups talks about thinking about ways to become a better version of yourself, becoming the best of the best. Because cups, the Seven of Cups, represents making decisions, having choices. So you are really diving into your internal soul to understand what it is, again, that you want to do. How you are going to shape and carve out for yourself your own identity moving ahead. And that is going to help propel you toward understanding and getting clarity on what it is that my soul journey is about. What will it entail? How can I get started? So for some of you, like I said, you have already started and have begun to understand what it is that you want for yourself. Because with the World card being here, which is also a major arcana, it speaks about closing an old chapter and opening up another. So you're leaving behind the old ways of thinking. You're leaving behind negative thoughts. You're leaving behind any doubts that you have, and you're starting new, right? And I feel that some of this, again, has been influenced from last week, from that new moon, because it was in your sign. So I think that you guys are still riding the waves from that energy of that new moon. And so, in fact, you are carving out, if you will, your own identity. You are forging ahead with willpower, right? So you have the strength, you have the resilience, and you are going by determination and choosing and knowing what's best for you. So congratulations, all right? So that's what I got there. Now moving over, we got as well, the other cards that came out is the Ten of Pentacles and Judgment. So, like I said, you guys are not judging yourselves anymore. When you judge yourself, it's almost like, and this is where like the energy of the Two of Pentacles comes in at. When we find ourselves judging ourselves, right? It doesn't always have to be judgment from other people, but sometimes we can be our own worst enemy in a way, because sometimes we might be too hard on ourselves. But again, you guys have something else I was going to say, that when you are imbalanced with what it is that you want to do, it can cause judgment on yourself, right? Because you're doubting yourself too much, you're lacking the confidence, and you are causing a delay in moving ahead. So with this judgment card, it shows that you guys are not judging yourself anymore. You are, in fact, taking the positive road, so to speak, to know what it is that you want. And the Ten of Pentacles speaks about that. Okay, the Ten of Pentacles is about happiness. It's about success. You are looking positively to create some type of a happy future for yourself that's going to lead you to ultimate success, right? Because Pentacles is about a lot of success in any area of your life. It could be money, it could be love, whatever area that it is, and how the Ten of Pentacles speaks to you. This is overall achievement, and it kind of goes right back to that Chariot energy, because the Chariot speaks about achievement. So you are achieving, you are dreaming big, because as well, that new moon was about dreaming big, manifesting whatever it is that your heart desired, right? So you guys know you are daydreamers, you are creative. So I again will stress and say that you guys definitely utilize the energy. You took the advice about manifesting, you was dreaming big, because all that you dream about, it's helping to create all of that to come to your physical environment, to your reality, right? So the Ten of Pentacles speaks about it in a very big way. If you want money, if you're looking for financial stability, if you're looking for happiness, if you're looking for whatever it is that dream looks for you. Everybody have their own dreams. So your dream is not going to be the same like someone else's. So whatever this is, it will be for you to know what it is and to work toward, right? So that's what that means. Now, the next cards that came out behind that was the Ten of Wands and the Magician. So, speaking about manifestation, the Magician speaks upon that. That's the energy of the Magician. Another major arcana. You guys got a lot of major arcanas in this reading behind personal spiritual growth, which I always say, anytime you have major arcanas that come out in a reading, in your spread, it signifies, it just highlights the intensity, the major impact that one is doing for themselves or for something, right? It's very big. So it's a very big energy, but it's a powerful energy that you guys have been working on, or perhaps still is working on, right? But nonetheless, you guys have manifested, right? And the Ten of Wands basically just speaks about moving ahead, leaving behind burdens, leaving behind the stress that you might have been dealing with within your own personal soul awakening, okay, if you will. So whatever it is that was burdening you, what was stressing you, you are or have already begun to walk away from it. Because the Ten of Wands is an energy that is walking away from things that don't serve you, things that was burdening you, things that was weighing you down. This is energy of someone that have, in fact, started to move forward, not looking back, but as well is traveling lightly. Doesn't have much. This could be, of course, even though it's showing a feminine energy, this, of course, could be from my masculine. You guys perhaps have, in fact, started to leave behind the things that no longer serve you, and you're looking for ways to lift that burden off of you, only taking what's necessary. But as you're moving ahead, you are finding the relief, the peace that you need to understand where it is that you are looking to go, moving ahead in a big way. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And like I said, the Magician here, I loved it when it came out, because it just kind of speaks upon what it is in terms of not only manifesting, but willpower. You have everything you need at your disposal to create your future, what it is, right? So you guys, again, speaking about that new moon, and I probably will speak about it throughout this reading, is that definitely, because of the fact that it was in your sign, I just feel that, and with the major arcanas, I just feel that you guys really have in some way, in some capacity, did utilize, you set your intentions, and you really are tired of just dreaming about the things you want. So when you have your mind on something and you have it fixated on something, you are beginning to create that reality. It's shaping up so that you can actually see it, and it's not something that you are just daydreaming about. You want to see it into your actual physical environment, right? So that's what that means. Excuse me. All right. So now, after that, I didn't clarify. I didn't discuss the clarifiers. Going back over to the Ten of Pentacles, and I apologize. So clarifying the Ten of Pentacles with the Judgment, when I said that you guys are no longer judging yourselves, the clarifiers that came out was the King of Wands and the Three of Wands. Now, if you know anything about the Wands, Wands speaks about intensity, but it speaks about passion. So it is whatever it is that you're looking. It's going to look different for everyone. And just for emphasis, just because it is the collective of you, Pisces, that are sharing the same birthday, that don't mean that the messages or any part of this will resonate for you. You know what to do. Take what you can identify with. Take what resonates for you individually, because it still is a general. All right. So as I always say when I do these kind of readings, is that if the first area doesn't resonate for you, perhaps when we move on to the love and relationship, that might somehow resonate with you. If that don't resonate with you, then maybe the last area, the third area with money, job, and career might be the one that you can kind of resonate more with, right? And there's a chance that none of it may not resonate. So it just may be a portion of you, all right? So again, going back to these energies of the wands, wands really do speak upon one's passion of someone or something. So the wands represents the passion, desire, the determination, the willpower to forge ahead toward your own spiritual development or personal development. Either one, they all work hand in hand, right? And as long as you are continuing to work on that with continued dedication of oneself, you will see at the end, you will see the progress. You will see the growth. You will see the success behind working on yourself, right? So that's what the Wands energy is. And because the King of Wands is here, you are becoming the best of the best, right? When you think about a king, the status that it holds a very high position of high honor, right? So this is how you are looking at this energy of yourself. You're looking at yourself as someone that can achieve it. I am an achiever. I will go after what it is that I desire, what it is that I want, right? And nothing and no one can stop me toward that. The only person that can stop you from moving ahead and being the best you can be is yourself, right? So a lot of times we can be our own enemy, and we can cause our own delay in our happiness. And so I feel that you guys have been working on yourselves to be the best that you can be. So again, a congratulations to you. Now, to clarify the Magician with that Ten of Wands energy, we did get here the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So a knight is lower than the king. So this just speaks about the progress. You are moving up in terms of the accomplishments that you have done on yourself. You are moving from the Knight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. But this could also just be in terms, for some of you, if it is that you are looking to, let's just say, you are dreaming about financial stability. You are moving from that, maybe you had a very low, insecure way of thinking about money coming to you. Maybe you didn't have the faith that, you can bring more financial stability. Well, again, you are leaving that limited belief of how much you can achieve or how much financial stability you can gain, because you have gone from the Knight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. So right now you guys are high. In other words, you are coming from the bottom and rising to the top. You are thinking big. Your dreams, your visions, your creativity, fit it and put it where it fits you, but it is above. It's going to the top, as it should. We all should have that spirit and that energy. We should never sell ourselves short and really think lower, right? We should always think big, big, and big, because no dream is big, right? As long as we believe it and have faith in it, we can really bring our visions to our reality, right? So that's what I got from your tarot spread. Now, as we wind down, I did pull out a card, because now we are now really going into your spiritual growth. And so the spiritual growth now entails what this card is. This is coming from the Soul's Journey deck. And we have here peace. It says here, I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. And this is what I was saying, that you guys are now on the road. Now, when I think about this message, I go back to the Ten of Wands. When it says, I am releasing, the Ten of Wands is kind of representative of what the message is. Because, in fact, when you are leaving and walking away from something, you are, in fact, for you to even want to walk away from, that means that it's something that you feel no longer serves you, right? And you are not looking back. So again, from your spiritual growth, leaping toward your spiritual journey, you are, in fact, as you are moving ahead, you are leaving behind anything that is negative. And as you do that, the outcome is peace, right? Because what's the opposite of peace? What's the energy of peace? The opposite, that is stress, anxiety, burdens. So in fact, you guys have released all the stress, all the burdens, to now bring peace unto yourself, right? One peace of mind, one piece of, well, it starts from the mind, right? So your peace of mind is very crucial and very important when you are starting to understand what it is that you want for yourself. Because there is a sense of peace. And when there is peace, what happens? There is happiness that follows, right? So this was very interesting that came out. And now we move over to the next energy of the card, coming from another oracle. This is coming from the Starry Beginnings deck. And this is tapping into the energy of the cosmos. What did the stars have to say in terms of something positive in the direction that you are going? So the message here is, let go of a fixed plan, allow for spontaneity and growth. And that is the energy that you guys are currently in. You are, again, releasing not only negative energy, but you are releasing things that you no longer can control. Now, I always feel that at times we might not always know where we are going. When we are, embarking on our spiritual journey, it mightn't be quite clear. But when we're having trouble in terms of figuring out, the best thing for us to do is to surrender to the divine, to whomever your belief system is, because they will guide you. And I always say, when you have your angels and whoever you believe in guiding you, they're not going to steer you wrong. But it's your faith and your belief that although you don't know where it is, they're directing your path to where it needs to go. And so this is what this means, letting go of a fixed plan. So this is where you guys are at. Congratulations once again. And now the last card that have come out is a card from the Sacred Traveler in terms of your actual journey and how it is that it's being influenced. What is the overall message coming in about your traveler's journey? It says, wondrous universe. It says, walk in beauty. So speaking about the divine is the universe. The universe, like I say, the energies from the universe is very vast, but the energy that you get from it is positive. It's nothing negative that comes in when we are connecting with the divine, the universe, and the rest of the heavenly bodies, if you will, that connects to the universe, okay? So it's all good. Your path ahead is moving in the right direction, and your personal growth is healing. You are feeling restored. You are rejuvenating. You are, in fact, walking toward becoming the best version of yourself. All right? So, guys, that ends the first part of your reading. If it did resonate, hit the like button to send me a like. All right? Now, we are going to now move over to the second part of your reading, and that will now be probably for some of you, this might be the area that you have been waiting for to see what's going on in the area of love. So, for love and relationship, the overall energy message here that I picked up when I pulled the cards from this area is, how strong is your love for your person? Is it meant to last? Or is it time to walk away? All right, so that is the question. So, in terms of that, the two cards that first started off the reading and tuning into what the energy is with some of you. Again, some of the cards, as we go down to as well with the clarifiers, it will perhaps identify with a few of you. For others, it could be something else, okay? And as we go on, I'll explain that. But the two cards that came out is the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Swords, okay? So what does that mean? So the Seven of Cups, as I have expressed with the other reading, because I think that came out, it means, again, making decisions, making a choice. There's a decision that you guys have to make. And because we're speaking about love and relationship, this has to do with your person. So for some of you, you might be married. And for others, you just might be in a very long-term relationship, right? And it's speaking about, for some of you, you are in the process of deciding whether or not you want to continue on in the marriage or in the relationship with your person. And the reason I say that is because, of course, the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is not a good energy. You can put a you can put a positive spin on this depending on what it is. But I feel that for some of you, it can go two ways. So for some, this is someone that perhaps you guys have already separated from your person, right? Be it you separated from your feminine person or you're separated from your masculine person. And you guys are thinking of each other. You're missing each other. So much so that you are having sleepless nights. Because the Nine of Swords is being up, not really sleepy because there are things on your mind. You're thinking about your person as your person is thinking about you. But ultimately, whatever has gone on, I don't know, you would know how that will mean for you if in fact this is your reading and you are owning and understanding and resonating that, yes, I am actually dealing with this issue. So some of you, like I said, is caught up. You are deciding, what should you do? Should I stay or should I go? Or should, if you have been already separated, do I really love him? Do I really love her? Can we make this work? Can we try again? So this is the energy that I feel. But nonetheless, whichever end that you are in terms of if you are looking to go back with the person or if you are deciding to leave the person, put it where it fits. Someone or some of you are definitely making a decision, okay? And again, with the Nine of Swords, it's just that some of you, like I said, have been dealing with this for a couple of nights where you're not sleeping. But for some, it's like this relationship is no longer giving me, I'm no longer happy. So what happens now? So some of you are like struggling to decide what you should do, moving forward, okay? Now, to clarify that energy, we have here separation. So this is what I said. Some of you are in the process or may have already separated from your person. And for those that have separated, like I said, you are deciding if you guys want to reconcile, if you want to make it work. Because separation here says sadness, missing you, just like I mentioned that some of you are not sleeping because you are on each other's minds. He's missing you, she's missing you, vice versa. And it says thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future. So again, for some of you that have separated, you're not sure about the future in terms of your relationship or your marriage, right? And I feel that maybe some of you have been, if the person have separated, one of you have left the house where you was living together, and one of you decided to, leave, to just separate temporarily. It doesn't mean that it was permanent, but just needed some time away, right? And maybe you guys, when that separation occurred, both of you realize, you know something, I do love you, and I want to make this work. And so you will go back and reconcile, make up, and start over, and try to see what happened and try to correct it, right? So that's what I got with this. So again, for some, you are thinking about perhaps if you should separate, or if you separated, will you come together and try to work on it? And guess what happened? The card that clarified or symbolized that energy of separation, I did pull out a card from the angels, from the romance cards, in terms of to see what your angels have to say. What advice overall did they suggest behind this? And the card that came out was, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. And that's what I said, that some of you will be reconciling with your person to work on a relationship and to give it another go, right? Second time's a charm, I think the saying goes, right? So I feel that it won't be a matter of picking up where you left off at. I think you guys will just start over again, as if you're like dating for the first time. And sometimes that actually helps. Sometimes picking up where you left off at might not be the best way to move forward, but kind of just, making up, and you know what, maybe having date nights, kind of building back up whatever was lost or whatever went wrong that separated and made you guys disconnect in the first place, right? But again, Spirit says and your guide says, work on it. And I always feel that as long as a relationship is not abusive, because I don't condone and don't suggest or will want anybody to ever be in an abusive relationship, right? However, if it's not abusive and it is workable, nobody's perfect. Things can happen. I feel that at times that, there is hope. There is, once two people is willing to work on it, because it takes two. Both got to be willing to work on it, then it's doable. It can be resolved, right? So that's what I got from that. Now, moving over, the next card that came out was the Lovers. Now, the Lovers is Gemini energy here. So some of you might be dealing with a Gemini. Maybe your person is a Gemini, or you might be a Gemini. And then with that, we got the World card, and we got the Strength card. I feel that with this particular, with these energies here, I think the message here is for those that perhaps are in the process of thinking about leaving, okay? So for a portion of you, you guys will get back with your person. But then for some of you, for whatever reason, I feel that you feel that, there is no hope, and that perhaps you have, the relationship has, you have outgrown each other, and you are looking to find the strength to just let it go. Because when we are coming out of a relationship, when we are contemplating leaving, sometimes we might not have the strength. And it's not talking about physical strength. It could just be mental strength, emotional strength, right? To be able to walk away out of something that maybe have been there for quite some time. So I feel that for some of you, you might be struggling with that, making that decision. But because the Strength card is here, which is a major arcana, it speaks upon that you guys will find the strength, right? You will be in that, in finding and having that strength to be able to release. Speaking of going back, and I will say this as a sidebar, when speaking about your personal and spiritual growth, about you walking away, releasing energy, that energy is kind of trickling into your attitude moving ahead, even when it comes to this area of your life. Because whatever it is that you have done for yourself on a positive manner, it's going to affect other areas of your life. So whatever progress that you have made, then now when it comes to your relationship, if you feel that it's toxic or something that has been negative that you can't no longer vibe with, then in fact, some of you will have the strength to walk away from it. So I hope that makes sense. I think it does, right? You get me? So think about the progress you have made spiritually and personally, and now you are taking what you have learned to become that better version of yourself, but not allowing anything negative to flow with you. You are letting it go. You are cutting the ties. And like I said, this will be for some of you. Okay? Now before I do that, so the card that came out in terms of what does that all mean, we have here the hammer. Okay? So what is the meaning behind the hammer? So for some, again, well, it says sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, working on it. So for some, as I said, you will be working on your relationship with your person. For some of you, you will, in fact, let it go. You will end it, and you will move on to something else, right? And for some, it might have been something, like I said, that when it says repetitive, it's almost like you guys have been dealing with the same nonsense, the same type of behavior, the same type of, whatever it is or issues that was going on in that relationship, you have been dealing with it constantly and constantly, and now you just come to a point that you want to just, you had enough and you want to let it go once and for all, right? No going back and forth, because maybe some of you have been back and forth with your person, and now you are saying, no more. I just have to just let it go, but this is what's best for me, right? And to clarify that, what did your angels have to say about that? It says here, chemistry. It says, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. So again, for a portion of you that is looking to remain and to work on the relationship, not only do you guys love each other, but you guys have a strong connection in terms of the chemistry that you have. It's very strong, right? You are physically attracted. So that as well kind of makes it a little bit more where you are fighting for it, because it's like you are so in love, but you are so strong. So it's a powerful sexual type of energy between you two, right? And I always think that there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because think about it. You can be in a relationship and you love the person, but some may not be attracted to that person. It might be other things about them that they are attracted to. But it helps when your person is attracted to you, and the chemistry and the connection, sexually, is very good as well, right? That kind of like enhances it and take it up a notch. You know what I mean? So that helps. So like I said, this will be for some of you, all right? Now, we move over to the next cards that came out. We have the Star, and we have the Four of Pentacles. So the Star here this is Aquarius energy here. So maybe some of you might be dealing with an Aquarius, or you might have Aquarius in your placements, because this is about, and I know earlier, I'm just now catching myself, that Gemini. So particularly being that this is relating to Pisces, I just now caught myself, particularly when I have other signs come up. It's more about your person, because whoever is looking, you guys are looking obviously because you are a Pisces. So basically the person that you're dealing with might be that Gemini that I just spoke about, right? Not you, because you're a Pisces, right? But it could be that you might have those placements. So if I speak about other signs, it might be you may have those placements in your chart, right? But we're coming up, like I said, to the Star, which represents Aquarius. So maybe your person might be an Aquarius, all right? I wanted to make that correction. I just caught it just now. So the Four of Pentacles is about, maybe, like I said, you have been withdrawn, you or your person, when it comes to this relationship. You've been kind of withdrawn, kind of keeping your distance, not really expressing yourself and being open to how you feel about each other. So for some of you, you are now about to release, to express how you really feel about each other, right? You're showing emotions, right? Because some of you might have been refraining from that. And then the Star speaks about just basically the relationship looking to, as you, for those that are going to get back together, it will be okay. That you guys will work toward making it a happy one, and that you will be happy, because the star speaks about happiness and success, things moving ahead, but it also speaks about healing as well, right? It's kind of transforming and shaping how you want to see the relationship moving ahead. And as long as you're both are working on it, then it will be okay. It will be happy at the end, right? So that's the energy from that. Now, to clarify that, the card that came out was Love Call. And it says here, someone expresses love, just what I just said, expressing love, right? Because maybe some of you have been disconnected and been holding yourself back, because the Four of Pentacles is about holding yourself back. But now is the time for you guys to open up and really express how you feel about each other, right? A message of love, thinking of you, and letting you know, right? So, again, this is what you guys are in the middle of doing. You're kind of reconciling, working on a relationship, and you are ready to start over and to see how it's going to grow. You're thinking about or been discussing how it is, what mistakes was made, how can we correct that? What are the things that got us to separate or have this issue? Now you kind of get to the root of what happened, and you're looking to resolve it so that next time you don't make that same mistake. All right? And then to close out, we have here the advice from your angels, and it says healing family issues. So again, you're working on your family, not only with your person, but with the family. Maybe you guys have kids, and because of that separation, that also caused what? A division. So you've been working on rebuilding and making your family relationship more stronger, right? And then also it says here, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Now, this part here will probably only maybe resonate with just a few of you. Now, for some, one of the problems might have been in a relationship is that perhaps you or your person may not have been close to your person's family for whatever reason, right? And maybe your person have a strong bond with his family or with her family, but for some reason you're not that close to her family or to his family. And that may have caused some type of friction, some type of disconnection, and that might have also played into perhaps your person pulling back, but it just caused some type of problems. So maybe now you guys are willing now to open up and to express love to one of you guys' family as well, if that makes sense. Like I said, it just came out, but it was something I wanted to mention because I have to speak upon the messages here. So for some of you, you are building your relationship with your family, not just with your person, but with children. If you have children, the family connection is becoming stronger. But then for some of you, this could have been a problem where your person might have wanted to see you to be more loving toward his family or toward her family. And that can happen. A lot of times families don't get along for whatever reason. They just, and when that happens, sometimes that can cause a little issues between you and your person. So I think too, when it comes to his family or her family, that is going to be worked on and resolved. And then now, at the end, everyone will be happy because the relationships between all parties and families and whatever the case may be, it will be able to come together and be happy to have a loving relationship, right? So not just only in your personal romantic relationship, but even to the extended relationship where family is involved, all right? So guys, that is what I have for your love reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, send some electricity to the thumbs button to give a like on that, if that in fact resonated for you. And now we are going to move on to the last part of your reading, and that is For some of you, I always feel that everyone gets excited when it comes to money, job, and career, because everybody wants to know about that area, right? Okay, so the overall message that I got for you guys in this area, job, career, money, finance, is this: having your mind on your money and your money on your mind, making money moves, promotions, and stepping towards empowerment of becoming your own boss by having your own business for overall fulfillment and ultimate financial success. And that was the message that I got behind this reading. So guys, let's get right into it. So the first card that came out was the Seven of Pentacles. Now, I just realized something that I didn't realize it when I was preparing your spread. You guys, for the third time, got Seven of Cups. You got it in your personal spiritual growth. It came up again in your love, and now it's shown up again in your money, job, career. So you guys have been working basically and really like making big moves, big decisions basically. And again, I would say it stems from that new moon energy. I'm sorry, a call was coming in. It stems from that energy from the new moon from last Monday. It's still very much visible, even though it has passed and it's kind of waning off, but the energies from it, any energy from a moon phase still remains, especially when, depending on the cycle and how it is, usually people don't realize, but it can still linger for a couple of weeks. And I believe, like I said, that the new moon in Pisces, and you guys signed, it will be around for the next 6 weeks. So with that being said, again, you guys are making big decisions. You have a lot on your mind, but at the same time, you are truly deciding and picking the thing that will work for you. So when it comes to your job, career, money, finance, you are making big boss moves, right? For some of you, right? And we got the Nine of Pentacles. So that's why I felt and said what I said when I said you guys got money on your mind and your mind is on your money. Now, this is going to be different for some of you in terms of what in particular you are thinking about when it comes to your coins, all right? For some in the job arena, you are thinking about, how can I, well, for job and career, you're thinking about, what can I do to bring in more money? How can I make myself build more financial stability where my money is concerned, right? That's for some of you, right? And you are thinking big, right? Because you think big, you dream big, it can happen, right? So you are thinking very positive about your money and your career. Now, as we move over to the next cards, we have here the Ten of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. So there's a lot of pentacles. There's quite a few. Well, the fact that the pentacles came up again, this lets me know that you guys definitely have money on your mind, but at the same time, you are in fact working on your money. Now, for some of you, because the card that I also pulled out, that was from the bottom, and I felt that it would be significant, is the Three of Cups. When this came out, I automatically felt that this pertains to a promotion. For some of you guys who work for other people, I feel that finally the time has come for you to be promoted to another position, something that is above, way more than what you came from. Maybe, again, coming from the bottom and working your way up, but you're being promoted to a very awesome position, something that is in fact going to pay you very, very well, way more than you have been earning or making on that job. And because the Seven of Pentacles is here, it's because finally you are in fact being rewarded. You're being recognized for all the work that you have done. Your boss, or whoever it is you work for, they have synced you, right? Now, somehow though, I feel that during the time that you have worked for this company or this employer, that you have seen people get promoted. Maybe somewhere you felt, you know what, I should have had that position. I should have got that promotion, and it didn't go for you. Didn't it wasn't given to you. But nonetheless, you just still kept on working, showing your skills and your talent in hopes that one day it will finally pay off. And this is why I feel that it has. So for some of you, you guys will be celebrating, because the Three of Cups is about celebrations. But I just felt that in terms of what you'd be celebrating, I felt that it would be like a promotion. So like I said, for some of you, this is a promotion at your job, that you are finally getting that promotion that perhaps you have been waiting for quite some time or been wanting, right? Now, the other cards that came out for you, we have here the Emperor, and we have the Four of Wands. So when I mentioned in the overall energy and the message, when I spoke about making big boss moves, this is representation of the Emperor. So some of you, in fact, are going to become your own boss. Maybe when it goes back to the Seven of Cups, you guys have been thinking about just stop working for people and become your own boss, because the Emperor is someone in power who has the power, not only is empowered or taking back his power, but someone who is in a position, who has high status, right? And so much so that where you become your own boss, that means you are actually now, you are going from employee to employer. You are becoming the employer, the boss, where now you will hire people to work for you or under you. Okay, so this is what I get here, big boss energy. So you're going to be starting your own business. Now, you might be a little nervous about it, but also when I look at the Emperor, this is somebody who has everything he needs. He has the resources, he has the talents, he has the skills, he has whatever is needed to start his own business moving ahead, right? Because he is very sure of himself. He's confident. Now, in starting out, it might be a little slow, but overall, at the end, it's going to pay off. Anytime you work for yourself, it's always going to pay off, because now you are not having to be the employee where the money now goes to the big boss, right? Or a portion is coming out, so to speak, behind somebody else. It's not really going into your pockets, right? Just something is going into your pockets, but it's not something that should be meant for your pockets, right? So when you become your own boss and work for yourself, everything pretty much is for you, goes into your pocket, right? So this is what the energy of the Emperor means, that some of you will be, in fact, transitioning from an employee to the employer. So for those of you that are becoming an entrepreneur and starting your own business, I congratulate you, all right? Now, the other cards that came out was Temperance and the Five of Wands. And this kind of speaks upon going back to the first cards of the Seven of Cups. It speaks about that some of you, like I said, I feel have been waiting a long time to get that promotion, to see something that you've been wanting for quite some time. So the Temperance is someone that has, even though been waiting and feel that it's been a long time coming, but they stuck it out. They just prayed about it constantly. They didn't give up. And to know that one day they will get what was meant. Because there's the saying, what's meant for you won't pass you by. It might be delayed, but it wasn't necessarily denied. So whatever was the delay in you getting that promotion, well, that was then, but it was just something temporary, but ultimately it was meant for you to have it, right? And so that's what I get with the Temperance. So, and then the Five of Wands is, again, competition. So nothing physical in this sense. It's not like you was physically competing to get this promotion, but just in terms of your own pride, a good way, right? Because you have pride. You have ego pride, which is like, you know, too much of a cockiness type of energy. But then you have the pride where you feel like, I have worked my butt off, and I'm not being recognized for it. So that good part of you felt like it should have been something that you should have had, but you didn't give up, and you continue to put your best foot forward, and now it's paying off. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And now we're going to move over to the next energies that came out. So we have the King of Swords, and we have the Page of Swords. So again, this is under the Three of Cups, about that promotion, celebrating. So you guys here, in fact, is showing that you guys have finally received news, because Swords is communication and Pages brings communications. So with the King of Swords being next to the Page of Swords, to me the king is someone of high status, someone that is a, the boss, right? That in fact either delivered the person that he's sending the message to deliver to you that in fact you got the promotion, right? Or it's just the communication from the big boss itself, letting you know that in fact you were picked and chosen to have this promotion, okay? And that they have seen your work and your accomplishments, and they are rewarding you, okay? So that's what I get from these two energies. And then moving over, we have the Nine of Wands, and we have the Three of Swords. So what does this mean? So to me, this means that, again, some of you were hurt when you always saw that somebody else was getting what you thought you should have gotten, right? And it's almost like still not giving up. Because the Nine of Wands is coming almost like from that Five of Wands, where your pride felt like, I'm competing for something that I feel should be mine, but ultimately it's being given to someone else. So the Nine of Wands here is just saying, I'm not giving up. I'm standing, I'm believing in myself, believing in what I know I have done for this company, and that hopefully my work and accomplishments will be seen, right? Because again, there are sources about hurt, pain, but disappointment as well, right? So this is why I feel that that's what those two energies means. That overall, you will, or that you have gotten this promotion, and then it's something that you will celebrate. And that's why the Three of Cups is there. There's a celebration that's happening. But it can also mean that because you guys have been working for a company and been hurt, this is why you are deciding that now it's time for you to become your own boss, because you can't let your own self down. I mean, you can, but you can't. If you work for yourself, you can't let yourself down. You don't have to worry about being slighted, being overlooked, not getting a promotion, because you yourself is in a position where you are, in fact, your own boss, right? Now, as we wind down to clarify that first row with the Seven of Cups, with the Temperance, we have here journey. And again, the Temperance, when you are patient or having temperance, or you're in the energy of temperance, it means patience, but it's also having faith that soon something, with all that waiting, because journey is about a distance. So to me, this equates to the length of time that you guys have been waiting to get some type of promotion, some type of recognition. It's been a long journey. It's been a long time coming, but finally it has arrived, okay? So that's what I got for that. And then now we move over to clarify the Ten of Cups to the Seven of Pentacles, and with the celebration card, we got Thief. Now, when Thief comes up, this means that something that you felt have been taken away from you, something that you feel robbed from. And again, speaking about that job or promotion or some type of position that you've been waiting for, some of you in fact felt that it was taken away from you, so to speak. Even though it wasn't like, how can I say it? Even though you didn't know for sure that it was going to go to you, but like I said, somehow you felt deep down that it was meant for you, but it was taken from you in a sense. And this is how you felt, that I was robbed from that promotion. I was robbed from that particular position. I was robbed from, whatever this may mean for you in terms of work. You felt robbed. You felt it was taken away from you, okay? So that's why that came in. But again, Now you no longer feel that way because now you say, see, I knew somehow it was meant for me. Just a little bit hanging in there and having faith to know that somehow my hard work will pay off. Now, as we close out, we have here, I pulled out 4 cards. The first card that came out to clarify the Emperor. This is the big boss energy here that I'm clarifying, along with that 9 of Wands and the 3 of Swords. The first card that came out was community. So when I spoke about you guys becoming the boss, going into business for yourself, you in fact, community speaks upon, to me in this particular scenario, about you hiring people to work for you. You would have people under you, right? But that will support you, help you, and collaborate to bring that business together, to make it function. So this is you, right? And I pulled out these cards from the bottom of that because to me, it kind of wraps up the whole energy behind this. So behind community, we got high honor, because you see yourself in the highest form with that Emperor showing up. You see yourself being your highest, you see yourself in the highest light, that you can do this. If other people can do it, I can do it. I have the resources. I have what it takes. I am ready to take that first step toward entrepreneurship. Okay? So you see yourself in high honor. Then from that, we got great fortune. What I mentioned, when you work for yourself, in fact, you will see financial stability. Great fortune lies ahead for most of you, or for some of you that are in fact going into business for yourself, starting your own business. However, and whatever business it is that you are about to embark on and start, it's going to see success financially. You're going to gain a lot of financial success, but freedom as well. And then last, we have here wealthy man. And I think I need not say anything more. I think this speaks for itself. This is the final outcome. When you, in fact, have become empowered, taken back your power to know that you have the power to create whatever it is that you want for your overall happiness. In fact, then, with great fortune comes this wealthy mentality, because whatever it is that you set and think about, you can bring. So if you think big, if you think wealthy, if you think I can do it, you will see it. All right? So guys, this is what I got for you. That's the end of that reading. I hope that one of them at least resonated for some of you. If it did, not only send some fire and electricity to that thumbs button, but I would like to hear your comments. Give me some feedback. Let me know how this did resonate with you. And for those that it didn't resonate, it's okay. It's just not your story, right? All the readings and any readings that I bring on this channel, as you already know, it's not going to resonate with everybody, because it is general, right? And so you just only take what you can identify with. All right, guys? So I'm going to let you guys go so you can celebrate your big day. I'm wishing all of you a wonderful and a special day. And until the next solo return here, have a good one, everyone. Peace, love, and light. Bye.